I'm Shirish Rao and I'm a short filmmaker. I've been reading a lot about startups these days, so I decided to meet some of them. I met 4 companies doing different kinds of businesses to get a better idea. I also met some experienced professionals to get their insights. Here's what they have to say.
So our happy mornings, we have this just-in-time inventory model where we deliver fresh fruits and vegetables early in the morning. So we are trying to optimize the logistics by reducing the cost, and that is why we tell the customers to pre-order in the previous night so that we can deliver early in the morning, thereby reduces our cost as well.
Started 4 years back at the campus of National Law School. Booker started to solve a very simple need of making college food more exciting and more interesting. And I realized that this is something which I can copy in other campuses as well. It's that getting permissions from campuses is very, very difficult. There was a huge need for making traditional fast food more healthy, more natural and good for our bodies. There was nobody doing that, and I thought this is a niche which Booker could fill in.
The idea started with the problem that we were facing, both my co-founder and I working at Yahoo and a couple of other larger companies before this, where hiring at a fast pace was a big challenge. So you have a roadmap of product which is 6 months, but you need to hire quickly and scale up and deliver on that. So it takes like 2 months to search and then 1 to 3 months of notice period. So before you have somebody on the door, you're really running against your timeline. So that was a big challenge. You could not really deliver on your business, on your product quickly. And hence we came up with this portal which is helping you hire faster. And with Hiree, we've basically got people who are able to join quickly, who are active, who are serious job seekers. We rank them based on algorithms and big data analytics, and hence you get the right kind of people with the best of the qualities right up front.
So we started our journey with banking services per se. We partnered with public sector bank, Bank of India, and we're offering Aadhaar-based banking services to the, towards financial inclusion. So, but the new idea, really, what we are getting into now, is providing the NovoPay wallet. So NovoPay wallet is a cool app, as well as it can work in an assisted mode for the consumers who don't have a smartphone. Even they can benefit from this. And the idea is about how can you load money at your friendly neighborhood retailer, as well as for the the new customers who you want to use the payment gateway and so on, and then use that for various transactions. Whether you want to pay your DTH bill, you want to pay your billers, you want to recharge your prepaid account, but most importantly, if you want to make a physical payment to a shop like this one that I'm standing right now.
We have 4 channels of marketing. One is WhatsApp. It's a very easy way to communicate to the customers and procure orders from them. Then we have offline model, that is phone calls for those who are non-tech users. And then we have online model where it's just a 2-step process of placing an order for fresh fruits and vegetables. Then we have our MobiCart, which is the USP of our happy mornings.
So there are various ways in a food brand gets marketed. At the same time, I think what differentiates us from anything which goes online is the kind of content we create. The role we want to play is not just of a food seller, but something of an educator, where people are taught of what's good for them, what options they have in their everyday lives, and not just with eating at Booker.
We have 2 target groups that we go after: job seekers and recruiters. The job seekers are targeted through various online media. Online includes social, like Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, and it also includes media sites like news websites or other online destinations that people go to. We do a lot of video advertising as well on channels like YouTube and Hotstar. So we just make sure that whatever activities job seekers are doing, our message is in front of them.
95% of the transaction that happens at the retail like this is all cash. So our first plank in terms of marketing the product is to create a pull from the customer. A large number of use cases that will have to support your day-to-day needs is what we see is the biggest way to market that. And therefore we need to tie up 1 million retailers. So if you walk out of your home, You can go and make a payment to your neighborhood retailer. And we are working with lots of partners also in this, in the offering, which makes it as convenient or more convenient than cash or card is. So that's how we are looking to to market the solution. And of course, from the retail per se and shop acquisition, we are trying out various things, including our own feet on street, working with our distributors, giving them doing digital marketing, downloads, self onboarding by the merchants, and all of those strategies that we're using to reach out and market our product.
When it comes to the human resource, we are facing a little problem with the human resource, and maybe we'll try to overcome this problem and solve this problem as as we go ahead.
So I think in a food business, the first big challenge all of us face is people, right? There are people at various levels, and there's a lot of attrition. There's a lot of people, you train them after years of hard work, and they suddenly can leave you. But I think over the years, we've realized that that is something which is very common, and we have to live with it.
So in our opinion, scale is going to be the big challenge as we expand into more sectors, more industries, more type of job seekers. We will find different kind of companies and different kind of job seekers that we are dealing with.
So in a way, we are in sort of a sweet spot today, because I think it's becoming more and more clear to people that there is benefit in moving cashless. Okay, they don't have to carry their wallet, the cards, cash, and all kind of combinations. They don't know which offer to apply at the right point in time. So it is sort of a sweet spot, but it's very early. So therefore, what I think is the biggest issue at hand is how do we make the consumer believe in it, and how do we make the consumer's perception change about using a mobile form for making the payment. Being a Khosla Ventures funded company, which is known to have invested into really path-breaking innovations, I think we may have it a little easier, but nonetheless, I think getting the right talent and then making sure that we keep up with the pace of the innovation and the change that is happening is definitely something that we need to cope up with.
It's fun to be in a startup because there are less processes. Things get done or executed very, in a quick time. It's just been great because it doesn't restrict you. There are no, corporate boundaries, so to say, that you need to follow. You're working with people who you can get along with on a day-to-day basis, as well as learn from. So they're also your learning community in a way.
Startups are important because they help to take ideas, help take innovative ideas to a business model. They are also good for the economy. They help to create new jobs. They also help to bring growth in the cities where the startups are located. For example, if you look at Bangalore, one of the biggest startups that we had in Bangalore was Infosys. But also on the other hand, I see sometimes because it's overrated, a lot of people are just getting into startups just because it's fashionable.
Startups are required for two reasons. One is a macro reason. No economy can grow and expand if there are no new businesses coming. So it's extremely important that new businesses keep coming up every day. At the micro level, if you look at an organization, once it's got into a certain business and it develops and evolves, it tends to sort of plateau out. It's very useful to have a separate organization, a new kind of an organization with a new idea, which can bring in innovation.
There are two big things. One is, are you as an entrepreneur solving a real problem, or is it good to have? I think some of the most successful entrepreneurial businesses are solving very real problems, either on a small scale, which to me is proof points, execute well, and then scale. One of our companies, Hyrie, is a good example where They faced a problem while they were in Yahoo on hiring and then said, we will solve this by starting a new company. The second thing is, when you solve a problem on which you can build a business, then you need to have a very strong team. Typically, we as investors like to fund a very strong leader and one or two people around the leader. That's crucial because more heads are better than one, and it's very lonely at the top. Your idea is disruptive, possibly a new business model, possibly a new revenue model, going into a new market which has never been charted before. That's what gets funded. Proof points on execution at a small scale. You have a business, you have a problem to solve, and as an entrepreneur, you are proving that at a small scale. When we invested in Perfect, they had 2 clients. When we invested in Manthan, they had 2 clients. When an angel investor comes in, you may actually have 1 client which is not paying you but is allowing you to solve a problem, which means there is a time and cost effort which is there on the client's part or a consumer's part. So I think it's important to prove the business model and the revenue model at a small scale. Scale it up a little bit, scale more, obviously, as you move forward. I think that's the first thing. Execution is class. Execution is very important. If you do not execute properly, you will not prove the business model, you will not prove the revenue model, you will not prove there's a market out there as such. That's the first thing which is there. The second thing is, which I think many entrepreneurs do not think about too much, or perhaps now they are, but they never used to, is adequate capitalization. Many of the reasons why capital is required, whether at an angel seed stage or later on, is because it allows you, A, to execute. Execution needs some capital. B, it allows you to make mistakes. Your journey in being a successful entrepreneur and scaling up your business is not about being perfect. It's about committing mistakes and learning from them and moving forward. Half the journey to success is about the founder's belief in himself or herself and being absolutely dogged about it. Make sure you believe in what you're doing. Make sure there are people who are interested in your success, gather them around you, and listen to the naysayers. You may find gold there, but go ahead into that unknown world where you will create successful companies.
So, are you ready?